Здравствуйте, товарищи, and welcome back to our humble Soviet Republic, nestled deep, seemingly, in the middle of nowhere. Off in the distance, Ashkakal continues to show signs of future growth and prosperity, but in the meantime, we find ourselves facing off against an ever-dwindling supply of rubles, and yes, that is making me tremendously nervous. Hopefully, the cash flow situation will change alongside the oil flow situation, but in order to make that happen, we first need to invest in an extremely expensive infrastructure project. Getting power from this central hub to the pump jacks across the river is going to cost a pretty penny, and it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of workers and resources. Soviet Republic, like and subscribe. So, as that's happening, we're actually going to establish a whole new industrial sector for the people of Ashkakal as well. Tapping into this new market sector will not only provide us with decent revenue generation, it'll also provide for a core, basic necessity that for the last couple of years we've been forced to rely on our foreign friends for. So that should provide us just that, again, sweet extra bit of revenue alongside that extra bit of self-sufficiency. I'm very much looking forward to both of those things. But before we get into that, unfortunately, folks, there are a few more urgent matters that need tackling. Taking a look at this block that we've recently established, it turns out there's a bit of a gap. Unfortunately, the people that would eventually move into this flat over here would not have access to the grocery store, meaning they wouldn't get access to food or meat, and that is obviously not ideal. Fortunately, the solution is pretty simple. All we're going to do is get rid of this tiny road section over here, giving us a bit of room to establish the footpath connection from right up over here down to here. And that'll also in turn allow us to make this connection, which should make it a lot easier for these people to get to the bus stop just that little bit faster. So we're going to go ahead and get this all done. We're going to reconnect the road here as well, just to make sure that we don't lose this connection for down the line and make a huge mistake there. And we're also just going to very quickly double check that we can, in fact, still fit the metro station that I was tentatively going to place down over here as we continue to grow. And it looks like, yes, we're able to fit this in either direction, hopefully. Can't build due to infrastructure, it says. Yeah, no, we got this. Cool, perfect. So this will work out nicely. And as we kick off all of these infrastructure projects, the wires there, the footpath over here, I'm also actually going to suspend the construction of these flats. Because I'm fairly confident that while our water situation right now is looking pretty good, as soon as we get this entire block built up, this isn't going to look so good anymore. I'm fine letting these flats get built. They're almost done. I think we'll be okay. But if all three of these buildings get built, we'll be increasing our population by a significant percentage without actually providing extra water supply. And once bitten, twice shy. So let's get things in place to solve this problem as well. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that these guys are prioritized as far as construction is concerned. And next, we're actually going to go ahead and cancel all of this plumbing. Go ahead and get rid of you, and get rid of you as well. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't think these pipes are going to provide enough water, one, for the town itself, and two, for the industries I'm looking to establish up in this area. Some of those buildings will need their own water supply, so I want to make sure we're in a good place for that. First things first, I'm going to establish another switch up over here to make it a bit easier to spread that water around. Just want to make sure the sidewalk is actually pointing in the right direction there. Yeah, that should be okay. Actually, should I put you down like so? It's always hard to read the sidewalk connection, the footpath connection with the plumbing icons as well. Should auto connect. Okay, there we go. There it is. All right. So here, let's do something like that. Or flip you around like so. Yeah, that should do the trick. And then I'm also going to get more water coming over here. The substation will probably place somewhere here. I mean, that's actually perfect. Provides water to all these new buildings, and it also provides a redundancy for all these buildings up there. So as long as the flow of water is constant, we should be good, which means we have to make sure workers are getting down there on a regular basis, which we'll do by establishing a shuttle service, I think. But yes, let's get this water substation established over here. And let's go ahead and get another switch established here as well for the eventual expansion of the provision of water, for the eventual expansion of our plumbing, I should say. So let's get you hooked up over here. Gotta flip you around this way, actually. Yep. And let's get our pipes actually at the larger size. This should allow for much more water to come through, and hopefully that'll allow these tanks to fill up faster and just overall help with the flow of water. It's a bigger pipe. What else can I say? So let's get you hooked up to there. Yep, this is the big pipe. Yep, all the way up to there. Continuing onwards up to here, and then up to here. So we have these connections for further expansion to our new industry that we're going to establish, and to whatever else we might need. Like if we decide to put another substation down somewhere over here, we have this option. But for the time being, this switch is going to connect to this substation. Or sorry, this switch, I should say, which in turn is going to connect to this substation. And again, it's all big pipes. It's all big pipes. I think that's fine. It's marginally more expensive, but should be okay. And then, yeah, we have the ability to expand from this switch as well. So feeling pretty good about all this, I think. So let's go ahead and start the construction of this planned infrastructure too. We're going to go ahead and make sure that all this is high priority. So let's check here. So your high priority and your high priority, but these guys that we just laid down are obviously only medium. Let's get that sorted. I think this water situation is probably our most pressing situation, because I don't want to hold back on building those houses, those flats, because with those flats come more workers, and with more workers comes increased efficiency. So I would like to get this done ASAP, so we can get those done ASAP and just accelerate the process for literally everything else. Without workers, things don't happen. So let's go ahead and get this connected to make sure that this will get built as well. Your high priority, make you a high priority as well. You as well, buddy. And I think we need another sidewalk connection here too. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade these roads as well. I think I mentioned it a little bit ago, or actually maybe I didn't. But all these roads, well, I definitely mentioned it a few episodes ago. But all these roads need upgrading as well. They're definitely here to stay. They're extremely central roads now as we expand our, again, industrial capabilities in the area. So we definitely need to work on upgrading these roads. In particular, the roads that lead out to Al-Balutakia, the export road. Our entire economy is going to rely on a dirt road that hardly seems sustainable. But yes, this should all be well and good, making sure, again, that these guys are not being built anymore. Excellent. This guy is. Move time forward and get the party started. All right. With all that in place, I think I'm good to start establishing that new industry I keep talking about. Just want to make sure these guys are all being built. Medium priority is fine for these. I would like to, yes, get the oil flowing sooner rather than later, but I do think more important than oil right now is water, because of the relationship, the cascade that I mentioned earlier, right? More workers and all that good stuff. One more change, actually, I do want to make is let's start using local workers. Locally sourced workers for all of our construction projects moving forward. I think we're able to do that. I think we're able to do that sustainably, hopefully. And if it proves to be trouble, then we'll go ahead and start using foreign workers again. But yes, Ashkal bus platform for you, and for you as well. Because you'll find people do tend to wait for the bus here for quite some time, and I wouldn't be surprised if quite a few people give up and go home, and that's why these numbers fluctuate. As soon as these flats get built, you'll see these numbers be even larger and larger, so I think we can probably get locally sourced construction workers now. All right, with all that in place, let's go ahead and establish this new industry. Folks, I've alluded to this in the past, but it's time now to establish the clothing factory. Not only are we going to build the clothing factory, but we're also going to build a warehouse, which will eventually give us a rail connection down to Al-Balutakia. And yes, that's an extremely short distance. That's a laughably short distance even, but I'm not too concerned about the speed, so to speak, of closing this gap. I'm more concerned about just how much we can load up a truck versus how much we can load up a train and then send it on its merry way to make bank. So that's real future planning. Again, I might not actually make that track connection, but it feels like not a terrible idea. Let's put it that way. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But for the time being, yes, we're going to establish the clothing factory and the warehouse to go with it. And we're also going to make plans and room for the fabric factory. So the clothing factory requires fabric to make clothes, and the fabric factory requires crops and chemicals and water. a bit more involved, and power as well, of course. That's a fair bit more involved. It also requires sewage connections and things like that. We'll invest in that in due time. For the time being, we'll go ahead and just import the fabrics we need to produce our clothes. You'll see that there's a 2-to-1 ratio of the fabrics required versus the clothes put out in terms of tonnage. Tonnage, is that? Seems weird when talking about clothes and fabric. Anyway, 2.4 tons of fabric will produce 1.2 tons of clothes. That's a 2-to-1 ratio. If we also take a look at the cost versus revenue, you'll see that fabric costs about 500 rubles per ton to purchase, and clothes sell at about 1.5k rubles per ton. So a 2-to-1 ratio as far as input versus output, and a 3-to-1 ratio as far as cost versus revenue. So that's a pretty good industry to tap into. And again, clothes are a basic necessity, so we should be able to stop the import of clothes, which I'm sure has caused a significant dent to our treasury. If we take a look at resource movement, clothes all time, we'll see, yeah, about 20k. Now, sure, it's a far cry from, you know, how much we've invested in steel, I'm sure, yes, but still, for clothes, 20k, yeah, let's stop the bleeding, right? Let's go ahead and get all this in place. Now, how do I want to go about doing this? I think this is the right spot for it. We've got connectivity to power and water and all that good stuff. So these are the good spots, I think. Plus the terrain, while not flat, it's relatively flat compared to some of these like slopes over here. Yeah, I definitely need to upgrade this road. It's going to be such a central road for the next forever, I guess. All right. Let's start with some light terraforming. I wonder if... Damn it. Need a free excavator. You, good friend? Let's go ahead and cancel all your assignments. Yep. Bring back the excavators so we can get to work over here. That's a real shame. Where are you headed? Probably gonna loop back. How far are you gonna go before you loop back? My goodness. Either way, as that's happening, I suppose I can start planning the upgrade to some of these roads as well. Let's go ahead and establish a bypass. I mean, this road in particular, I think, is going to be quite an important one. Where do I want to put this bypass, actually? Hang on. What if I do this kind of a thing? Connect to the road here. That's not a bad connection. Should make it a bit faster to get to this construction site because you're not going all the way there only to backtrack. And yeah, it'll make trade fractionally slower for the next little bit because vehicles will go down this way and they'll have to backtrack, you know, this much to continue onwards. But that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, it's actually not a bad road. That's not a bad road at all. All right, cool, sure. So that's our bypass. Let's go ahead and upgrade these road sections. The quarried stone will come down this way and be brought up for the time being, and we'll go ahead and upgrade these sections afterwards. So I'm thinking this will actually be an asphalt road as well. Again, this is a crucial road. We'll slowly upgrade all these to asphalt as well. Do I have the time and money to invest in that right now? God damn. You know what? Let's start with the gravel road. Let's start with the gravel road. Eventually, when we upgrade to asphalt, the gravel will already have been laid down, and so the construction will start a little bit completed. Because the first stage, or the initial stages of putting down an asphalt road involve putting down gravel. So when you put down an asphalt road as an upgrade to a gravel road, it'll be like, oh, you're already, whatever, 20% done or whatever because you've already got the gravel down here. So that's not bad. Sure, let's upgrade this section. We'll upgrade some of these sections as well. We definitely have to. I'm letting this sit for far too long. Let's see. I kind of already have a bypass, to be honest. I've got this over here. Not ideal because there's a fair bit of backtracking that has to happen, but I say we do it. The bus, though. The bus. Here's what we'll do with the bus. Should be able to go... Oh, geez. Sure, up there, the bus stop, and then over. Okay, cool. Yeah, that should work. Go ahead and upgrade all of you. Yep. And of course, you're going to flip back. This we can't upgrade yet. Yeah, we'll have to build a bypass eventually, but for the time being, I think this works. We'll do this slowly but surely. We'll get there, we'll get there. Some of these guys being dirt roads is okay, but this is such a main path. God, this adds so much time to transit. This should be a high priority. This needs to get done, like, right away. This needs to get done, like, yesterday. Alright, how are we looking in terms of workers? Yeah, we still got people waiting here as the buses come through. Alright, sorry, back on task over here. I'm going to establish a new industry, I say, and then I go back to upgrading roads. Alright, let's get to work. So, first things first, I guess we were waiting for those excavators to come back, so that's a viable excuse, I would say. Let's go ahead and lower this terrain. Smooth this out a little bit so we can actually connect to this road. And not have to worry about massive hills to climb. So hopefully that does the trick on that front. Now this is a huge slope, so this will take a fair bit of terraforming, actually. This will take a fair bit of terraforming. Go ahead and smooth. Alright. Road connection, yep. Seems pretty straightforward. Beautiful. What about the rest of the slope? That's where that chuckle came from. Let's see. So the fabric factory, if you go up over here like so, can't build you to infrastructure. Really? Those cables up in the air are getting in our way. Okay, that's cool. Alright. Let's see. We got power, we got water, we'll have sewage set up. That's not going to be an issue. Are we going to bring that up or are we going to bring that down? That's the question. Hopefully we're going to bring the terrain down. No, that doesn't look right. Alright, I figure I'd edit out some of the extraneous terraforming and stuff that was going on over there. But we finally got this all lined up, looking pretty good. We've got our fabric factory up top over here, able to connect to the road with maybe a bit of smoothing, and we'll figure this out. Make it look a little less jank, maybe. Down over here, we've got a factory connection that we're actually not going to build because we're not going to be building the fabric factory itself either. But we got a factory connection down to the clothing factory, which then in turn has a factory connection down to the warehouse. And I've shifted the warehouse a bit over this way because maybe we'll be able to get... Oh yes, look at that. If for some reason I decide to extend the tracks in this direction, I now have room to do so. The fact of the matter is, though, that in this direction, we're going right off of a sheer cliff face. So let's just go ahead and make sure we are able to, in fact, yes, build a bridge right off the bat here. We are indeed. So what we're going to have to do is, yeah, put a bridge down like this, and then find our way to kind of... Oh, actually, you know what? Might not be too problematic. Yeah, what do you know? Looks like we'll be able to kind of come up this way and snake away over to a connection there. Is like, let's see. Let's plan. Bit of flattening needed, sure. But we should be able to come all the way through to there. Didn't do that for some reason. Oh, right, I actually have to flatten. I'm not going to flatten right now. I'm not going to invest in that. But if we can get up to here, this looks like smooth sailing. So, yep, looks like this will actually work out better than I anticipated. Cancel that. We're not looking to build that right now. But as far as the road connections are concerned, we should be able to connect this like so. That'll be a nice connection to do with a gravel road right off the bat. Straight connection or a curved connection? Let's go with the straight connection, sure. Ah, god damn it. I knew that would happen. Keep forgetting that it does that. So that's all well and good. Let's go ahead and get some more roads planned, though. This isn't going to happen exactly as I'd hoped. I was hoping the road could go underneath the cables, but unfortunately, placement-wise, it's going to actually intercept with the pylon here, or whatever it's called, the tower. So instead, we'll take a little bit of a detour. We'll curve up this way. We'll go ahead and get our bus stop placed like so. Hopefully, yes, there we go. Huh, you know what? That actually works out nicer than I'd anticipated. Yeah, sure. You know what? I don't hate that. We're gonna upgrade this road as well, though. That'll be built. This will be built. This bus stop will give people access to, yes, the gravel processing plant and the clothing factory with a bit of footpath magic. I should also hopefully be able to get people up to here. Yep, excellent. Excellent. If I really wanted to, I could probably get a footpath down over here or something as well. I don't think that's necessary. I don't think that's like any more efficient than this. So, all right, that works out really nicely. This is being built. I want to make sure this isn't suspended. Yeah, that's all well and good. Let's get the infrastructure going. And yeah, let's get the clothing factory as a bit of a higher priority as well. I'm going to go ahead and make a dirt road connection over here. I'm going to go ahead and prioritize this section as well. And all that is so that we can start building the clothing factory sooner rather than later. I want to get those clothes producing. I want to start exporting them as soon as possible because we have crossed the 300k threshold now, and that, my goodness, folks, is a worrying sight. Now, I'm sure we'll be fine, and push comes to shove, we have access to bank loans and stuff as well. So, you know, that is an option. But I would like to not have to rely on any of that. All these construction offices assigned, not a single worker in sight. These guys are coming through. Now, I don't want that to be an indictment of our locally sourced construction workers. I think this would have been the case either way. There's so many projects happening right now that I'm sure this would have been the case either way, whether we were using local workers or foreign workers. Because, yeah, this bus platform is staying quite busy. These flats have been built as well. So, looks like needs are being met here, fortunately. Yes, they're able to get to all the stores they need to get to. What's the water situation looking like? First signs of trouble. This isn't staying capped. First signs of trouble. Am I exaggerating? I don't think so. I don't think so. It's 100+ workers that move in right away. And oh, you know what? That was as there was a truck in there providing water. Yeah, all right. I'm glad that we put a hold on these construction projects. Let's go ahead and double time things though, because we've got a lot of plans in place. Now it's just a matter of executing them. What's happening over here? Can we get these guys with the pavers and the rollers, and these guys with the excavators and bulldozers up in here? Because I think we need to lay gravel and then actually put the asphalt down as well. Yeah, that should do the trick. Over here, looking pretty good. I don't mind this connection, actually. It's working quite nicely. There's our water tower in place. And yeah, we're going to get a shuttle. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But we're going to get a shuttle set up to get workers down to the big water well. It only needs 7 workers, so it's not that wild. But we want to make sure that gets... we want to make sure there's basically never a lack of workers here. If it ever hits 0, we might be in trouble. But the other thing that would cause us trouble is if we forget to provide power here. So let's go ahead and establish an electric substation. Right around here seems fine by me. I think anywhere we put it, it's going to kill trees. I guess I can put you over here. Sure. Slightly longer set of wires will be needed, but that's not the end of the world. Pop you down there. Yes, get you building. No, actually, let's suspend for the time being. Just so that I'm sure my plan actually works. And that plan is to pull another line. Now, I'm going to probably want a switch, actually. Yeah, alright. Trees are going to be felled. I'm going to put a 5x switch. Because it makes sense to. Because eventually we're going to pull lines over to, you know, here and down to Alibrashna as well. So you may as well get a switch down over here. Okay. Pop you down where? I'm thinking over here. Did we not connect to the road? Because here's what I want to do. I want to pop you down over here. I'm going to get the medium voltage wire connected like so. Should be simple enough. And then, yeah, we can pull from down here. We can pull across this way. Excellent. So that works nicely. Then as far as the line itself is concerned, How do I want to do this? Do I go out to the middle of nowhere, basically? Or do I follow the road? Out to the middle of nowhere, I think. Gotta find where that point of intersection would be. So first, draw you out a little bit. Then... so many, like, aspects I want to try and manage. I want to try and make this as straight as possible. I think that should do the trick. Oh, it looks pretty straight. And then I want to try and pull you down this way and find that sweet, sweet point of intersection. I think that does the trick for me. Should I have connected to the one over? Maybe. Maybe. Are more trees about to be felled? Maybe. Cancel you. Still about the same as far as the point of intersection is concerned. Pop you down there. Go ahead and pull you guys back. Hook you up like so. Do I want to switch here is the other question. Nah, I think we're fine. We're fine. This will bring a line down to Ali Brashna. Yeah, this is fine. Happy enough with the shape. Sure. Go for it. Start that construction. Go ahead and get this road connection over here as well. Too sharp of a turn, it says. Down go more trees. Bit of a shame, but it's got to happen. You are being built. You need to be built as well. And obviously these need to be higher priorities as well. Yeah, it'll take some time. Not gonna lie, a little nervous about this number. Down to about 250,000 is rough. But hey, we're making progress. We've got these pipes being put down, and that's probably where a lot of the money's going, actually, to provide water. Can't really complain about that. Now, how are we looking as far as these guys are concerned? Still waiting for some of this to get built, eh? Why is nobody assigned to you? Hang on a second. Alright, well, let's make sure the construction offices are in fact working on you, and you as well, please. Let's make sure these guys are all working on these buildings as well. Yeah, looks like we're good. Okay, cool. Resources coming through. Again, I wonder, like, as soon as this gets built, I'm going to start regretting the distribution offices all the way up there, because it'll make a lot more sense to bring raw materials in from Al-Balutaki at that point. Hey, live and learn, it's okay. We're almost done here? Yeah, 98%, that's not too shabby. That'll make a big difference, I think. And this connection's done, so hopefully we're going to see resources coming through over here. And up over here, this bit's done, so we've got an excavator placed there already. Yeah, good stuff. Again, this is a high priority construction, so hopefully we'll see progress. Yeah, this upgrade's done as well. Beauty. What about up over here? Yeah, this is done too. Lovely. Lovely. So, what's the next segment that gets upgraded? The bus is able to come up over there, go around, and go down this way, so this section can perhaps be upgraded. Yeah, I guess so. I want to make sure I'm not going to break access. Maybe let's hold off for the time being. I think there are more important places for us to put our money. Let's get this fabric factory up and running, and then I'll feel... the clothing factory, sorry, up and running, and then I'll feel a bit better, I think. Because this will take a sweet bit of time, and a sweet bit of money as well. 40 tons of steel. That's going to be tremendously expensive. That's going to be tremendously expensive. Alright, time to stop the import of bricks. Locally sourced workers, locally sourced bricks. Now, bricks don't cost all that much, but we have so many bricks just waiting to be used. I think there's no reason to keep using imported bricks, I think. Okay, okay. Looking okay. Over here. Yeah, 15 tons of steel to make this pipe. That's expensive. That is extremely expensive. That's where a lot of this money is going. And yeah, would you look at that? Yeah, water, you know what? I'm glad I suspended the construction of these buildings. Water would have absolutely imploded. Now, things are looking pretty good overall. Happiness at 73%. Okay, not bad. And health, looking pretty good as well. A little bit too much alcohol, perhaps. But overall, things are feeling nice. If we take a look at the all-time here, yeah, still only those 2 escapes. 300 births. We continue to cross massive milestones on a regular basis. And yeah, look at that. Look at that speed. What? Why'd you turn around? Oh, you're getting fuel. God damn it. Got all the way down to here, and he realized he's going to need a full tank of gas, so he comes back to fuel up. Fair enough. Fair enough. Might make sense to actually get a gas station up over here somewhere. How are these guys looking? Well, this won't be built until the switch is built, because that's how the resources, I think, will get delivered. Oh, no, actually, it looks like it has offices assigned. Fair enough. How are these pipes looking? Oh, would you look at that? Perfect timing. Bit of progress there. Still need some steel. This one's been built. Oh, this one's been built as well. Wow, okay. Good stuff. Oh, right. I should quickly point out, by the way, that yes, we can connect water from here up to here. Not going to be a problem. And that's why I wanted to have this switch, to make sure that we were able to get to our factories up here. Now, I'm glad I checked, actually. Seems as though there would have been a building in the way over here, so I'm glad that this one actually connects, because that would have sucked otherwise. But let's also get some sewage in place. Right now, we are not actually providing like sewage draining facilities in this general area. I think these guys don't have a sewage connection either. Oh, but they don't actually have any sewage either. What about you? You've got a sewage connection. Do we not need sewage for these guys? I mean, okay, we'll keep an eye out. I know these guys, the fabric factory, will definitely need sewage connection. Like, you can see it's got the output there. We know for a fact that it produces wastewater, so we're going to need that connection. And we know there's one available up over here, so maybe we wait to establish that once this structure has actually been built. We've got some time. We've got some time there yet. 40 tons of steel, my goodness. Okay, what's the deal up over here? Still a long way to go, I think. Still a long way to go. And what's the deal down over here? Just waiting for asphalt to come through. See, I don't know if this was a good investment. This must have been quite expensive. Wish I could see how much each construction project actually cost me. I wish I could see, like, projected cost so far, something like that, you know? That would have been nice. But I think I'm only saying that because of the exact precise position I find myself in right now. This is good. All right, progress over here. We'll need a few more tons of asphalt, hopefully on its way over right now. We got some concrete coming over and 11 tons of asphalt. Yeah, excellent. So that'll be good. Excavators excavating away and up over here. Yeah, I see quite a few people are waiting to get picked up to go to work. Yeah, 12 workers being taken to the clothing factory. Yeah, I think this is working all right. I think this is working all right. Locally sourced construction workers, I mean. You guys will come through. Pick up the pace on construction a little bit, please. What are you guys thinking? 200K is when we'll start making profits? 150? Get your bets in. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? 200, 150, 100, or below? Do you think we'll get below 100K rubles before we start making decent money? That's very possible. That's very possible. I think we'll be fine, though. Famous last words, I know. We're going to try. All right, what else do I want to actually establish over here? I mean, I suppose I could start planning the expansion of Alibrash. Now, there's a fair bit of housing over here. None of these houses particularly large or anything. All I need to do is provide some power, though, and what do you think? We can sustain a population of maybe 100 or so? To what end? Well, these guys could then be picked up to work at the various... oh, you know what? They could operate the big water well. But it's not so easy. It's not so simple. We don't just supply power and things are okay. These guys will need access to food and clothes and all that good stuff as well. We could get a bus stop set up and bring passengers all the way up to here, and then they can go and pick stuff up. They absolutely do that. But again, that's an investment that I don't know I should be making right now. In fact, I'm quite confident I shouldn't be making that investment right now. All right. Do we have all these pipes set up? Yeah, we do. But we need the power as well. Because I wouldn't mind getting that shuttle set up over here to get the workers pumping water. But obviously that won't happen until we have electricity as well. That's going to take some time. The asphalt, are you rigging electronic components? No. Some asphalt here as well, okay. Yeah, because then we can at least fill up the water tower. I keep calling it a water tank, don't I? I'm saying water tank. But here's the question, is that more of a priority, or is this more of a priority? I think this is more of a priority. We're waiting for concrete, steel, boards. Not too much of a distance to go to pick those things up. Concrete, now that's coming from a very, very long distance. In fact, we should probably be sourcing concrete from Alba Latakia. It is so much closer. So very much closer. Alright. Asphalt. Probably also be coming from Alba Latakia, to be honest. Heck, everything should be coming from Alba Latakia. Everything that we need to import, I mean, obviously. Yeah, prefab panels too. Copy. Here and here. Yeah, that should help. Open storages without steel. Well, it's about to receive some. Yeah, we've used so much steel this like this month alone. But I think this change is going to make a very big difference, actually. I should have made that sooner. Question is, what about this last section of gravel road? Connect you like this. Sure, let's connect you like that, and let's go ahead and upgrade this last section over here. That'll do the trick. This bypass is barely any longer, so that should be okay. Down over here, workers coming through. Yes, excellent. 24 workers coming through. Plenty of resources for them to work with. Yeah, I think these the local workers is going to make a very big difference. 31 tons of steel. Still need 9.2 tons more. Oh, the clothing factory is quite the investment, but we'll make our money back. We'll make our money back, I think. I hope. I'm sure. We'll be fine. Do we have access, actually? No, we don't. To additional free distribution offices, we don't. And the thing is, to get more distribution offices, I need to do some research. If I could find where the distribution office actually is. Cycling, separation. Nope. General cargo? Yeah. So I need to research distribution offices. I gotta get a university up and running soon. I think that's gonna be the next big investment once we get the clothing factory and the oil up and running. We have free distribution offices. We are out. We've got all 5 out of our allowance of 5. Garbage containers overfilled. Yeah, I had a feeling. I'm glad I checked the technical office. Yep, just out of reach. Let's go ahead and increase the radius there. And I don't think we need another garbage truck or anything like that. One thing to check, though. Yeah, I had a feeling. Too much waste over here, so we're no longer producing additional gravel. We're not exporting additional gravel. So let's get ourselves a new large garbage truck. 4,900. It'll allow us to continue producing gravel, which is kind of important. Yeah, sure. Let's get you in there. And we should be able to service some of these structures as well. All right, very well. These upgrades are done. This bus stop, again, not too much of a priority, but I would like the convenience of being able to drop workers off over there instead of individual stops, you know? Yeah, these resources are coming through so much faster now. Still need like another 100 tons of concrete, though, more. It's fine. Warehouse, not too much of a priority. Waiting for some gravel and asphalt. Okay, fair enough. Down over here. Just waiting. Alright. Up top over here as well, I think we're just waiting. And that's fine. These aren't that much of a rush, I say, as this useless patch of ground gets paved over. I mean, it's fine. We'll need it eventually. Probably suspend all this construction, so people don't get distracted by it. Looks like people aren't assigned anyway. Oh no, here we go. Either way, I think the prioritization is working. Apart from this medium priority road being built. Sure, you know what? Doesn't hurt. Batch suspend construction. Just all of that. Yeah. Very well. Alright, what's the deal over here? These guys are currently working on the substation? No, they're not, because they don't have resources to do so. You should be a higher priority. These guys are just walking over from their homes to amble. Just chilling. They knew they could come to this assignment and not actually have to do any work. That's why they're here. What about you? I guess I need a sidewalk connection over here. There you go. There's no point having all these pipes built if we're not going to have the final substation and stuff. We'll get there soon enough. Alright, this is looking good. And how about across the ways here? Still quite a bit of work to go. See, the thing about building additional construction offices now is we'd have to purchase all the vehicles and stuff as well. And if those cost, let's say 5,000 per, and let's say we have to buy 6 vehicles, again, averages, right? That's about 30,000. That immediately takes us down to 170k. And that's why I don't want to build another construction office and invest in additional vehicles and stuff like that. Meanwhile, down over here, this road is almost done. 221 work days remaining. Why don't we have a paver or something? Oh, there we go. We got a roller coming through. Okay, that's the next stage then. A roller for 221 work days. Alright, should be there soon. Still can't believe this is our first asphalt road. Tells you everything you know about our priorities. Now this is almost done, 73%. That's not bad. Still need another 73 tons of concrete. This is just 20, 30 coming through right now. Definitely glad I got this connection done. Alright. What's the water situation looking like right now? Oh, we're already struggling. We're already struggling. We got another truck up here, and what if the third truck arrives? Yeah, it's not beautiful. That's not fantastic. Okay, these things are even more urgent now than they were before. High priority, please. Just gotta get what? Some asphalt in here? Got a dumper coming through. Yeah, excellent. Where you at, buddy? Making your way over. This thing's almost completed. That'll help just speed things up ever so slightly more. Yeah, our population growth keeps applying more and more pressure to water. Low government loyalty. That's not great. Gotta get some more statues down. Oh, and the crime rate is skyrocketing too. Alright, it's time for a prison, I think, because just having a courthouse doesn't do the trick. Yeah, this is not great. Okay, we need a prison. We need a prison, and it can be a small prison, but I think it should be a distant prison. Residential area, that's not what I'm looking for. State infrastructure, there you are. So, small prison should be fine. Not cheap to make. They'll need water and stuff as well, won't they? You guys need taken care of. Where should I put them? Out in the industrial sector? Near the factories where maybe they can work? Get, what's the word I'm looking for? Forgiveness. Right, shorter sentences. Put them here next... Oh no. Put them here next to all the trash. No. We believe in reformation. We believe in reformation, right? That's why we have the prison system, right? Not because they're going to provide labor. Jokes aside, though, where should I put this prison? They do need access to water and power and probably sewage as well. Off in the distance over here. Once that bus stop gets built, they might actually be able to walk all the way to the clothing factory. Let me try and get just a mud footpath built over here. Just to check. If we do that, we get the small prison established over here. Nah, they won't go all the way. Would have been fun though. Sewage, power, water. What else are we using this space for? Nothing, I guess. They could work at the brick factory. They could work at the... Wild to me that they won't actually cross that gap and go to the clothing factory. I guess it's over that 350 meter limit or whatever it is. Where do we put you down, buddy? This feels like a suitable spot. It's too far away from like water and stuff though. That becomes a pain trying to organize. Alright, this feels like a suitable spot with minimal investment. Far enough away from population center, close to some of the industry. Once we upgrade some of these roads, they might be more willing to get all the way to the clothing factory as well. And we should upgrade some of these roads actually. Not in a rush per se, but not a terrible idea to do so. We'll keep this open so that if we want to extend a road from down there, we can. We'll nudge this over ever so slightly down here. Sewage, power, water. Beautiful. Flatten that terrain. And there is our prison. I think that's a decent spot for a prison. I think that's a believable spot for a prison. I mean, yeah, sure, I'd like to put it out like in the middle of nowhere maybe. That's like maximum security stuff. This is just a small prison for small crimes. Or, you know, little shoplifting and things like that, right? That's all it is. Wow, this clothing factory is almost done. We're actually going to get the clothing factory done before we get this infrastructure done up over here. And we've crossed that 200k threshold. Beauty. Oh, got a building on fire now. Another one of these old Arab houses. We got a fire truck right en route though, so this shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, you're gonna be taken care of. No worries, buddy. No worries. Oh, look at that light. It looks like a halo. Man. We've done well for ourselves. We've done very well for ourselves. I'm actually quite pleased with how Ashkakal is looking. I mean... Yeah, I'm like, visually, I think it's believable. It's grown quite large as well. A notable little town. Little garbage trucks coming around, hustling, trying to get the job done. A bus stop over there, bustling with activity. That golden hour. I mean, compare this to where we were, you know, 8 episodes ago. This is great. This is great. I can't wait to get that block completed. By which I mean I can't wait to get the water supply sorted. This feels good though. And look at that. This asphalt road has been built. So now all these vehicles can go, you know, 60 plus kilometers per hour on their way down to the bridge and over to these construction sites. Obviously they slow down over here, but that's that makes a significant difference. And finally get rid of this road as well. Always get nervous about accidentally deleting road that was actually invested in. Nope, that's all well and good. Down over here, this is, oh, so close to the 99%. Come on, we just need one worker to spend one day down here and it'll be done. Oh, hey, will you look at that? Ain't that a surprise? Clothing factory actually done before the pump jacks. I guess I did prioritize this. I guess I did make this a high priority. Do we have everything in place? I guess the bus stop needs to be done to make the distribution of workers a bit easier. Need a bit of steel, gravel, asphalt. Let's go ahead and make that high priority. Then down over here, how are we looking? This is all set up, so we have power here now? No, building is without power supply, because this needs to be built. Make you high priority. This connection is done. All the way up to Alba Latakia. Excellent. So yeah, this is the last section that needs doing. And then we can get this thing up and running too. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool that you can see Ashkakal from down over here. Little statue peering over the hilltop. That's actually really cool. I'm just really pleased with how that looks. And I'm very pleased that we spent some time getting all this infrastructure in place and getting some of these road upgrades in place and stuff as well. Like, yeah, it's a small section there, a small section here, a small section everywhere, but it all adds up. It all really adds up. We gotta get this factory connection done. Now there's some workers, the gravel's being laid, it's gonna be asphalt. It'll make the warehouse a lot easier to... It'll just make the movement of goods a lot smoother. Just like I'm waiting for this bus stop to make the movement of workers a lot smoother. Shouldn't take very long, just need a couple of resources. Over here. Yeah, I think getting workers locally is so much faster. Like, even if it's only 10 workers per bus load, you know, those 10 are coming back and forth much more quickly than the 20 we would get from Alba Latakia or from Kuravarud, and how long it would take them to actually get to the construction sites. I think this is working out quite nicely. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm patient enough to wait for this bus stop to be done, and for this factory connection to be done, and for this warehouse to be done before we kick off the production of clothes. I don't think I am, to be perfectly honest. I think I'm going to have to maybe wait for the bus stop, but I don't think we'll wait for the warehouse. That'll take way too long. Way too long. But folks, we'll figure out my level of patience next time. This is where we're calling it a session. Feeling very pleased with this one. We've made some great progress in terms of you know, where Ashkakal's supply of essentials is looking. We've made some good progress over here as well across the river. The pump jacks are just about ready to start going. Once that last wire is done and this substation is built, we'll see the oil start to flow. And apart from that, yeah, we've actually got a whole new market sector ready to go as well. It'll just be a couple months' time, perhaps early 1963. We'll see the production of local Soviet clothes. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, you know what to do. Let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. As always, it makes a very big difference in just letting me know what people are enjoying on the channel, letting me know what I should do more or less of, and how I should go about doing it. If you have any thoughts, suggestions, feedback, questions, drop them in the comments. They will get seen. They will get addressed in some way, shape, or form. Apart from that, of course, if you've been enjoying the series thus far, if you found these last 10 hours of entertainment, I tentatively call it, entertaining, which hopefully you have if you're still watching, again, you might want to consider subscribing too. With that said, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. They'll keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.